Hello there. This is Arlene Arnold, and I'm here with the focus of the month of September. And this is a very interesting month. I'm calling it the magic of September. So let's look at the four areas that are coming up this month that are so important. Over on the left at the top, we call it releasing, letting go of mindsets about limitations paves the way to self acceptance. We've been doing a lot of releasing over time, and now it's starting to change what we're experiencing in our lives and eventually in the mindsets that go beyond our own personal life. Accepting, acknowledging the gifts frees up your underlying core competency, your life purpose. So by releasing, it allows you then to accept who you really are and to go forward with the gifts that you have to offer to the world and to your family and to your friends. Now let's go to the bottom left, understanding. Energy congestion caused by polarization and duality clears into a natural flow of unity. Now, I've been having a lot of congestion, which you'll probably hear during this presentation, but this is also about the kind of congestion that is caused by the fact that we've been polarized. We've had too many situations where we see it as separate, as we see each other as separate, as we see each other having different points of view and we see it as separate, not as a way of hearing and understanding each other, but it becomes almost like you're over there and I'm over there and there's no way to get any place closer. Now let's look at the bottom right. Coming together, group think, collective consciousness shifts from judgment and blame into acceptance and understanding. Now, that is a huge one that we've been working toward for a long time. This, as we shift from judgment and blame and into acceptance, understanding, we are shifting ourselves, but we're also shifting the collective consciousness. Now, this is why it's really such a cool time to be around because there's so much that can happen right now. Now, what we're looking at for this month is that we're working with the colors yellow and purple, and these facilitate the magic of September. So I'm going to talk a little bit about yellow and then we'll go into about purple. These are complementary colors. They're ones that are across from each other on the color wheel. This is the work that I have created called complementary color therapy. And when you use these colors in a visualization where they're moving the energy, it can really change what's happening in your body and energy field and eventually in the world beyond that. So the yellow is the solar plexus, and that goes from the bottom of the rib cage down to the waist. This particular color has a lot to do with how you see yourself and how others see you, or at least how you think they see you. And it also contains a lot of the misperceptions and mindsets that we have accumulated. And some of that's because as you grow up and you're listening to people who are adults and they have influence on you, you start taking on some of the things they say. One of mine was do it right, which becomes a way of keeping you stuck because every time you do something, you're worried you're not going to do it right. So there are many others. And as we work with purple, this is going to change for us. And this is what I've been doing with my congestion, is working with a yellow and purple. All right, so purple is the head area. It's from the top of the head down through the upper jaw and around to the base of the skull in the back of the head. Very important area of us. It has a lot of our intuition and knowing that's part of it. That intuition and knowing can help us to look at things and say, is that really true? Is what I've been told really true? Is this something I want to hang on to? So this work that we do with the yellow and purple can clear up misperceptions. It can transform mindsets. So what I encourage you to do is to sit in your own quietness and begin to work with purple and yellow, and don't let them combine, because this is not about a new color. This is about them working together to bring about a change in your yellow and a change in your purple. So that now this yellow and purple are working together so you can feel good in your yellow about who you are, knowing from your intuition that you really understand who you are, and it is true. And also, you can be using your knowingness to ask the question of, is this that I'm hearing in the news, or is this what I'm hearing from other people? Is that true for me? And when it's not, that's the time when you can let go of the mindset. You can let go of a misperception that's coming from elsewhere, not from your knowing. So let's go into these 4 areas that we talked about. Releasing is one of the things that can happen as we're working with the purple and yellow together. And we can, just as I've talked about here, we can release these mindsets. We can release these things that are keeping us stuck. And once those are released, accepting becomes so much easier. It's not as if you haven't been accepting, but it's that you can't really accept because you don't know what's true. And now that you know what's true, the accepting feels good because it's in alignment with who you are. So then there's understanding. Okay, if you are understanding who you are and what you're here for, and you are really paying attention to your abilities and what you bring to this world, that feels so good because it's in alignment with your life purpose. And then there's a coming together. So no longer are we feeling the separation, but now we're feeling the unity and the flow. And this is so important. In September, we need to really focus on this. So let's go back and look. These are the 4 areas of this month. Releasing, so you're letting go of mindsets and limitations, and you're moving into self-acceptance. Accepting, it means that you can acknowledge your gifts. You can begin to understand your own competency. You can begin to see that as your life purpose. Then there's understanding. This energy congestion that's been caused by polarization and duality clears into a natural flow of unity. And you, I know, have at some times in your life felt that natural flow. Oh my goodness, it feels so good. It feels like coming home. And then coming together, this group think, which we call the collective consciousness, shifts from judgment and blame into acceptance and understanding. Wouldn't you like to live in a world that was totally about acceptance and understanding? Well, there's some possibilities of getting closer and closer to that in the month of September. So then we go to the other oracle deck. So the color cards are the first oracle deck that we work with. Then there's the luminaries. These you can see here. These are the round cards that are mandalas. And then I wrote the book that went with that. Lorinda Eileen did the art. So one of the mandalas, or one of the luminaries that came up for this month, is Awakened. Don't you love those colors? Look, that yellow has become almost a gold, and there's turquoise in there, and there's some green, and there's white. And so one of the things you can do is when you have one of the luminaries, you can also go to the color cards and look up the meanings of the colors that are in this particular luminary. Here's just a part of what I wrote for this Awakened. Awaken from behind a veil of forgetfulness. You are born anew, transformed, empowered, and ready to serve in a world that has come of age. That reminds you, doesn't it, of the 4 parts that we talked about? If we are born anew, transformed and empowered and ready to serve, that's exactly what I've been talking about with you today. With clear and unfaltering resolve, accept your unique role in this time and place of new possibilities. There you go. That's your core competency. Accept your role, accept who you are here at this time and what it is that you brought to the game. All right, then the other one is called ecstasy. Look at all those colors. It's so wonderful. It feels so complete and a part of who we really are when we get to this point of accepting that we can choose ecstasy. The emotion soaked coat of yesterday has been embraced and transformed. The hoped for magnificence of tomorrow is now. So, that emotion soaked coat is part of what we've been releasing in the yellow. That's old emotions that have been held in this place of the unconscious that's coming up to be cleared. It's also part of what's in other parts of the body, but this yellow is so important to clear because that's where we begin to feel like we really know who we are. And then the other part that I picked out from this particular luminary is open the floodgates of divine human passion. Birth forth as a fully resonant song of ecstasy. I mean, when you look at this, you can be this. You can be this in your body and your energy field. And this is part of the magic of September. So this is what I am offering you each month at the beginning of the month. It's the energy focus of the month. I'm hoping you will subscribe to it here in YouTube so that you will be reminded when that comes up. And you can always find us at transformationaltools.com to learn more about what we do. Thank you so much for being here today. Please be sure to leave a comment and a thumbs up. And if you've enjoyed it and if you really feel you got something from it, I would appreciate that. We're growing our number of people who see us, and we'd love to have you be part of that. So see you next month, and please share this with some people that you think might really enjoy receiving it.